Hey Mark, what's up? It is Wednesday, September 9th, 3:35 p.m. And I think it's, let me check the temperature here. And it's 18 degrees Celsius. What's up, Ali, Bobby, and Sean? Thanks for joining this mid-afternoon stream. Hey, Denise. It's always good to be off work. I'm here in Eglinton Park, although I won't be here for long because I'll be heading north through the park to Eglinton Avenue. Oh, greetings in Morocco. There's a look at the midtown skyline. It's about 18 degrees. It's kind of cool. Oh, thank you, Ali. I was actually going to do an evening stream tonight, but there's a Raptor game at 6:30, 6:40, sometime around then. They'll probably get eliminated, but I want to see it. So I thought I'd fire up the stream a bit earlier. Greetings, Earth Angel. Whoa, I just stepped in a bit of a divot and almost rolled my ankle. That would have been no good. If you saw my other channel, Mark, you might recognize this park. I did a walkthrough here on there. This is actually the closest park to where I live, although I don't come here too often. Dog dude. Greetings, Lorna and Jan. And looking around the park, you wouldn't know that we're in the midst of a pandemic. All the sports leagues are on. Yeah, it's kind of a gloomy day. I didn't really want to do anything today. I had some plans to film some videos, but I just stayed home. And then I was looking at the time and I realized if I don't do something now, I probably won't end up doing anything all day. So here we are. Let's explore this park a little bit. And then I'll pop out on Eglinton Avenue, and then I think I'll walk up to the Forest Hill neighborhood, which is a rather rich, affluent place. So there'll be lots of big houses up there. What's up, Chand? And the Wet Wolves. There's a splash pad over there, but I don't think it's operating right now. Mona, greetings, Mona. Haven't seen you in a while. Actually, I saw you in the last one, but you. The time, it's 3:40. Nope, my mask is not on. We are outside in a park. Not sure why I'd wear my mask right now. Although I thought these kids were supposed to be in school today. I don't really know what's up with this. I agree, Lorna. I'll keep you out of the live stream. We're live right now. Hi, Addie. Hi, guys. Ooh, maybe I won't. Just saw some people I know. I think physically going back to school is actually kind of optional right now. Say hi to the kids. I did. So we're gonna climb this hill. I could go through this way, I guess, but take a look. Look. Let me just fix my watch and we'll get on. I don't know why I wore a sweater. It's a bit of an overreaction. It's actually not that cool right now. Jeanette, good afternoon. I lost a pair of sunglasses up here once. Have you ever watched Schitt's Creek? Yes, I have. What school you used to go to in Brampton? I did not go to school in Brampton, Mark. See, Yonge and Eglinton's got a pretty big looking skyline. That could rival a lot of smaller cities in the US for sure. I think there's a way to escape out of this park. And we'll be entering the construction disaster. Rebecca, it's changed a lot? Thank you, MN. And this here is where they're building the new LRT. So they've ripped up all of Eglinton, and it's been this way for a very long time. We're about to go wander out into the mess. Every single one of those little kids had a smartphone. This is not the same world I grew up in. How tall are you? I'll give it to you in centimeters. I'm 180. And out of the park and into the jungle. This is kind of a weird sidewalk setup. Pavel with a suggestion for coffee. I think it still is a pool, Rebecca. Can you play basketball? I haven't in a long time. Let's just turn around and take a look at... Sketchy? What's sketchy about it? It's just a construction site. I wouldn't say there's anything remotely sketchy about it.
You can't be here.
Oh, it did say, I thought, oh, that's the sidewalk.
That's the walkway.
Okay, I'm gonna go quickly through there.
Take a video.
Well, it's too late for that. All right, so apparently I went down the wrong side. But that's okay. That's the sidewalk there. Whoops. None of those construction workers back there told me, and I also saw another person walking down here. So it's kind of poor signage, but whatever. And the Queen's Legs. I used to go to this place. See, that says there, go right. So I just kind of figured that was it. What it meant to do was direct you down here. So that's where we should have been walking. Oops. Try you badass. I always get a kick when people tell me you can't film. If it's visible in public, it can be filmed, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. A Healthy Butcher, we're open. I was not aware this place existed. Looks like we're being forced across the street here. Sidewalk closed ahead. Greetings, Rubina. Ah, well, no harm done. Stanley, pretty much anything in public can be filmed, or any space that's open to the public. So, and you can also publish any filming or photography that's actually protected under Canadian law. So I guess technically that guy could argue I was on private property, but I would say it's their poor signage that created that situation. This is Avenue, Mona? It's Avenue Road. Alex, today's video, YouTube again didn't process it. I uploaded it last night, and this morning it was still processing. So that's twice YouTube has screwed me over. So it was a cycling video, so I'm just gonna have that ready for tomorrow. I really should probably have backup videos uploaded just in case this happens again, but I didn't. Whoops. That's okay. There's the new Avenue Station. Let's look. Southdown Avenue Road. You could take that all the way to Upper Canada College and then into the Yorkville neighborhood downtown. Alex, it happens to everyone. It's really kind of my fault for not having another video. Thanks, Bruce. So that guy was incorrect in telling me I couldn't film there. I'm generally kind of pleasant to people, but if someone's adamant about not filming, I'll just flip him the bird and stick out my tongue because that guy's waving. See, that's a cool Metrolinx employee or contracted worker, I guess. Avenue is like a budget bridle path. Well, it's about to look a bit more like a real bridle path soon. I'm gonna head maybe to Old Forest Hill Road up ahead, which is an extremely affluent and nice street. Does that mean you can't be filming in a store or someone's? Stanley, I think stores can set their own rules, and someone's house, you would need their permission. I'm certainly not going to walk in someone's house and start filming. But as long as you're in the public domain, so to speak, nobody can say anything. A police officer could say you're interfering with an investigation, back up, but they can't tell you to stop filming. Do you play video games? I played a fair bit at Rocket League today. Does that count? Maybe we'll cross here. Greetings, Ivan. It's the old theater. Where do you find these bylaws? Yeah, you can just Google them. But if you think about it, all the people taking selfies, Instagram pictures would all be breaking the law if you couldn't film or record in public. If you are doing like a commercial project of a large scale, you do need a permit. Do you speak German? Nope. Yeah, this is generally a nice neighborhood.
Not doing anything. Good job,
In between Avenue and Davisville. Susan, I haven't. Well, Avenue and Davisville don't run parallel to each other, but I understand the area you were in. So if someone says you have no right to film me when you're on a public street, they're wrong. They're absolutely wrong, Stephen. Although I would not point the camera at them if they ask nicely. That's just a courtesy thing, and if they really ask nicely, I would go as far as concealing them when I edit the video. Oh, LaSalle, in one of those buildings on LaSalle, Mona? That man just turned around and looked at me. I certainly draw a lot more attention to myself with this live streaming rig than my normal camera. Good afternoon, Haunting Live. "107 people so far in 20 minutes. Not bad considering the time. I think the new House of Chan location is just up here. The original one was expropriated because of the LRT. Do I have a card? Nope. I used to. This camera's pretty stretched out. The other one I hold fairly close. This place at least used to be a local institution, but it's since been kind of neutered and relocated. How do you feel about the schools opening today? I don't really have a feeling. I'm not an expert or a virologist or a parent, so I think that's for other people to sort out. I don't think anyone needs my 2 cents on that. Thanks, Lorna. Oh, greetings in Jerusalem. Hey, Ross Romes. What kind of car did I have? I had a Pontiac G6 GT Coupe. It was a 2006. What's up, Mike Landry? Yeah, time lapse, I don't know how they're going to handle the international schools. Is it? I don't think it's foggy. It looks like it would be foggy from my high-rise apartment, but down at street level, it doesn't seem like it's foggy at all. There's the Chinese Food Gallery. It's an interesting name. What's up, Murdoch? The working day is done, eh, Mike? All right, we're gonna have to cut through this parking lot here. Spending time, I guess it was just a gradual build-up. I used to just film more quiet walks, and then I started narrating them, and then I started live streaming them. So I guess your confidence builds up, and frankly, you just start to not give two shits what other people think, to be frank. George, this is a bit, I live more at Yonge and Eglinton, so we're a bit west of there. I wouldn't normally come out here unless I was filming or just cutting through on my bike. Yeah, Stanley, my legs are fine. It's my feet that tend to break down. Do you play slot machines? Nope. I think playing a slot machine is kind of like just dropping your money down a sewer grate. Thanks, Murdoch. I thought of it and created it myself. It's all 100% my idea. No one's ever done it before. Did you do? I used to walk all over the place. You're good at typing Korean. Yeah, you can win off slots. It's just the average person isn't going to win off slots. And long term, you're definitely not going to win off slots. Although, last time I was in Vegas, I won a few $1,000s off a single slot pull. This construction is never ending. Apparently, I think 2022, this LRT is supposed to be open. This is the new station they're building at Chaplin. Obviously, it's nowhere near completion. I also, maybe someone can answer, I've wondered this out loud before, but I don't know why these stations have such gigantic footprints. In other cities I've been to, all the stations are just little cutouts you enter from the sidewalk. But here in Toronto, they're blowing up entire blocks all over the place just to build LRT stations. It's really weird if you ask me. Yeah, Mike, I had a pretty bad blister on one of my feet. And it was from last Friday when I did all that walking, but we're good. Thank you, Mona. Gomawayo. Jung Mona, right? Sorry, my Korean is absolutely atrocious. Well, there's a guy turning left with a no left turn. He just got honked at. I should have kept the camera that way. How would you summarize Toronto in one word? How about city? Are you going to train station? Nope. I don't know how to do that on a live stream like this. I would need an elaborate setup. I wouldn't call that road rage. The guy was turning left on a clear no left turn. I would have held my horn on him too. That was a very justifiable honk, if you ask me. I do precise. He didn't know. He was signaling left and he was holding up all the cars, and then he decided to go straight after he got honked at. All right, here is the Beltline Trail. I agree with you, Benson. A lot of honking is from impatient drivers, but that was totally justified. Oh, Mona Lee. Tara, I guess we'll have to complain to YouTube. Maybe YouTube doesn't like me, I don't know. This is Spadina Road. So you could take this through Forest Hill South, all the way down to Casa Loma and onto Spadina Station, or to there, and then it becomes Spadina Avenue and goes straight down through Chinatown. They were supposed to originally build the Allen Expressway, which starts west of here. That would have worked its way over and cut through Spadina Avenue, which would have been quite tragic. Stanley, not really. Not really afraid of any spaces because of COVID. Curry beef. What kind of curry? Thai curry? Indian curry? We are heading west. But I'm gonna have a decision to make soon. Am I gonna head down Old Forest Hill Road? Do you guys want to see residential mansions, or do you want to see more Eglinton Avenue, which is just a under construction commercial street? How many steps do you take a day? Probably 25 to 30,000. I'm sure the average student in that school is quite well off. That's the Forest Hill Collegiate. Murdoch votes for big houses. Mona, I don't know the difference between Korean curry and Japanese curry. We have a vote for Eglinton, and we have a vote for big houses. Well, maybe I could go past Eglinton West Station, not quite to the Little Jamaica area, and then turn around from there. And that way I'll come back through some of the nicer residential areas. Here's a lady who can't drive. Let's just block the crosswalk while I make a turn. Why don't you make... What kind of video of the CN Tower do you want me to do? Just stand there and look at it for 20 minutes? Greetings in Poland. All right, I think we're gonna stay on Eglinton then, but I'll turn around at Eglinton Station. Yeah, right after Allen Road. We'll turn back. But I'll come back through the residential streets. And this is the street I was going to turn down originally. This is a super, super posh street. And I don't have a walk sign, but I don't care. We're gonna cross anyways. There's just a peek south down Old Forest Hill Road. It's absolutely a stunning area. But the votes seem to be to stay on Eglinton. Thanks, Susan. Jane and Finch, I did that last year, didn't I? Lebron, no I haven't. Lebrun, Brune, however the heck you say it. Thank you, Octavius. I don't know how to say that, sorry. I'm sure I butchered it. Elton John owns a house in Forest Hill. That's something I did not know. So we're coming by a third, or I guess a second LRT station. Looks like there's some police on bikes just up ahead. It appeared on recommends. Marie, I'm live about 3-4 times a week. Thanks, Ted. Haunting, it will do that from time to time. I mean, it's a mobile connection. There's really nothing you can do about that. You should go by Drake's house. I did go by Drake's house. All right, so the sidewalk situation here is absolutely ridiculous. We're gonna have some fun navigating it. A Google user, I've been trying to do Tommy Thompson Park, but they've closed the bridge during weekdays. So hopefully on Saturday or Sunday morning, I can get out there and do it. Greetings in Brazil. Does posh mean fancy? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Do you have a dog? No. Mona, this is Eglinton Street. Is the Shoppers Drug Mart Drake worked at here? Look at that lineup of cars. This construction has to be the most ridiculous project I've ever seen in Toronto. They've just completely turned Eglinton into a no-go zone. Thanks, Ted. This I'm using here is actually, is this where I'm supposed to go? This looks like I'm wandering through a construction zone here. I don't want to get in trouble again. Spending, you could say that.
How do we get to the sidewalk?
Hear that couple? How do we get to the sidewalk? Isn't this ridiculous? We're just trying to walk down Eglinton. Can I get a shout out? Ajinkia Adabar. All right, there you go. That's true, Murdoch, although you can't even call it a subway. It's actually an LRT. So it's, according to our friend Fact Zero, who's not in this chat, it's basically just an underground streetcar. When I asked him what the difference, he works for Metrolinx, and I asked him what the difference was between the streetcars and the LRT, and he was having trouble thinking of a difference. There's some nice houses down here. I think we'll hit the Beltline on the way back. You've been in extras and movies, not knowingly, no? All right, I'm gonna give the left hand a try here with this. Did you pass Drake? I don't know what school Drake went to. Easily, Murdoch. Oh, those are Forest Hill South houses. I would say the bigger ones are closer to 4 or 5 mil. Zach McNally, here's your shout out, buddy. Thanks for watching. Yeah, Marie, I think they're not going to resurface the roads around the construction sites until the construction's completed. Just because there's a lot of heavy machinery on them. It doesn't make sense to resurface them until they're done. So it'll just be patchwork until then. What's up, Jason? Oh, Alex, so we did go by Drake's school. That's cool. Marie, the houses to the north of here are posh. This area is just pretty run-of-the-mill retail stretch. And Forest Hill is kind of funny like that. Whoa, what are you doing, driver? It's not entirely a super rich area. Canaculture Cannabis Store. That's new. Ted with the cliche quote. Oh, I forgot to point out where House of Chan used to be. Greetings, Tristan. Ian, this is Eglinton West. I'm in between the two Eglinton TTC stations right now. Hey Mona, there's a place for us to go. Bibimbap. Come to Australia. I don't think they'd let me in if I tried right now. We are well west of Young Transwave. Thanks, Nicola. No, I haven't. When you're gonna get their upper college, Mona, probably not on this walk. We have seen the Upper Canada College though when I look south on Avenue Road. Okay, Mark Sarker, did I say that right? I'm gonna start charging super chats for these shoutouts, or PayPal. That's how I'll retire early. Thanks, Tristan. This probably shouldn't make your list of best walks in Toronto. Oh, Luna Thai Kitchen. I did not know that was there. That'll be worth a try. Upper Canada is an all-boys school, and Havergale, just to the north of there, is sort of the equivalent all-girls school. That's north of Eglinton on Avenue Road. Marcus, thank you. Marcus M gets the big shout out. I promise to not spend that on Popeyes or A&W. Although, who am I kidding? I have that dream every second, Benson. That's the whole point of this, just waiting. Although I'm pretty sure a $2 million PayPal transaction would get flagged at some level. I can't see how that would not get flagged. Heading to Little Jamaica. I think I'm gonna turn right just after Allen Road, and we're gonna do some residential walking. I was going to originally turn right on Forest Hill Road back there, but whoops. Thanks again, Marcus. You broke the super chat curse. I did a walk down Yonge Street after midnight a few nights ago, and there wasn't a single super chat. That was the first time I ever did a walk without one. So maybe I thought I lost my touch, but there will be Popeyes again, thanks to Marcus. Yeah, that was a pretty noisy area, Mona. Cool guy, how's my day going? I've done nothing today. This is the first thing I did. Although I'm thinking of doing a night walk after the Raptor game. Ooh, here's a nice Aston Martin. And a Maserati. The other side of the street's more interesting, but if I cross over, I'm just gonna have to cross back because of this stupid construction. Did you eat? I did. I had a mint chocolate Cliff Bar. Does that count? Mike Landry, thank you. Mike got me some dipping sauce for my Popeyes. And let's go with the C Plus or an Orange Crush, whichever one they sell. Why don't you make videos for Center Island? Well, I don't work for them, Bobby. But I will get out to the islands this fall, don't worry. I've been saying that a lot, but I always eventually falls through. Oh, here's the New York license plate. I hope they have a good reason for being here. Jeanette, thank you. Jeanette, I hope your back's feeling better. Jeanette, Marcus, and Mike, thanks so far. Jeff, I am on Eglinton Avenue West. And that big crane there is where they're transforming Eglinton West Station into Cedarvale Station. Look at that thing, that's going all the way over the road. That Aston Martin was nice, but am I lame that I would rather have this Camaro? If only it were matte black, it would be perfect. That's a beautiful car. I did rent one of those once. You feel like you're sitting in a ditch. I'm not short and I could barely see through the windscreen. That's good, Jeanette. Glad to hear. It is Murdoch. For a long time, American sports cars were a bit of a joke, outside of maybe the Corvette, but they're kind of back in vogue, I guess. Does the TTC subway go to Mississauga? No, it goes to Kipling. And then you have to pay another fare and get on a bus. Actually, I think the Mississauga buses go from Islington, so not even to Kipling. Alex, it will be nice. A Dodge Ram. So this is the official detour I'm taking. No, I didn't get lost. Hopefully no construction man yells at me this time. What do you think of Tesla cars? I think they're nice. Would you do a car drive video in Toronto? I probably wouldn't. And the reason I wouldn't do that, Dark Slayer, is I don't watch them. I only kind of make videos that I would want to watch. And I just don't, I've seen some of Jay Utah's. He's like probably the biggest driving YouTuber. I've seen some of his videos, but I just don't find myself putting them on. You don't get the ambient sounds, or in the case of a video like this, some idiot babbling as he walks around. I am looking at doing some e-bike videos in the winter though. I reached out to an e-bike manufacturer and I asked if they could give me a discount if I featured their bike on the channel. I'm probably too small to be playing that card yet, but hey, if they want to hook me up with an e-bike, I'll be, as long as I like it, I'll be more than happy to show it off. If not, I'll just stick a fender on my single speed and use that. Jeff, thank you, Jeff. Super chat, awesome. I hope you're going the right way. We are indeed going the right way. $15K subs ain't small. Why don't you buy a new bike? I do want to buy a new bike, Bobby, but I thought let's just see if an e-bike manufacturer is willing to work with me on that. Maybe they'll hook me up or at least give me a discount. Take the bus back to your house. I'm not a huge fan of getting used time-lapse. On something like an e-bike, I think I want something new. Also, I'd want a new battery, something that's not already depleted. For a more basic bike, like a single speed, used is fine. There's a look at Cedarvale Station under construction. And that's where the Allen Road. This was originally going to be a highway that cut all the way through downtown. And they would have had to have ripped out Chinatown to accommodate it. But thankfully, city councilors back in the day fought it pretty hard and won. Benson, I am in the market. Please do an e-bike tour of Yorkville. Jeanette, the one I've been looking at, it's actually by Leon Cycle. It's called a Moscow Plus. But they also have a much cheaper model called the Prague. It's only like $1,100 or something right now. So I've been looking at all the Leon Cycles. They just seem to be the best combination of decent components and a low price. Postal wish lists for the Sims. Yeah, why am I going to stop? Are you here again? All right, guys, am I going to keep going down Eglinton, or are we going to turn up north and head back through residential areas? Look, new bus. Sorry. I've seen those so many times. What's the consensus? Keep on trucking down Eglinton or turn back? We've got super chats now, so I don't mind paying the bus fare to get home if it comes to it. Let's go behind this driver blocking the crosswalk. The Enterprise says west, turn north, north, north. So you guys want to leave the urban realm and hit the residential? Okay, I'm gonna cross over at the next intersection, and that's where we're gonna head. Hey, here's Winona Drive. Is Seneca College dangerous? I don't think it's dangerous. It's news to me if it is. I did a bike ride down Winona Drive. All right, I'm gonna cross north here. Marley Avenue. This is where my Domino's Pizza used to come from before they made one up or opened one up near where I live. Deborah, that's an excellent idea. Me, that's all. Not really. I've been to Mississauga recently, and I'm hoping to do some more. And again, that's something I'll be able to do on the e-bike, if and when that ever becomes a thing. And we are going north, and then I'll turn and head east. Well, I hope you're not driving a bus right now if you're texting.
Exactly. But you. Yeah. I didn't even know that.
Do you ever think about film school? No, I haven't, Lebron. I think the random amateur guerrilla filming is where I belong. Those girls are having a rather animated conversation. Mississauga is sketchy. It depends where. I grew up in South Mississauga. Greetings, Peter. All right, so there were calls for residential. So I think I can find my way to Forest Hill if I just turn north onto one of these streets up here. Do you know Canada's national anthem? I would like to think I know it. Although there was a CFL football game in Las Vegas sometime in the 90s. And the guy singing the Canadian anthem sung it to the tune of "Oh Christmas Tree." All right, so we are turning north up this street because people requested residential. So here's this original part isn't going to be super rich, but we will get to that part. Thank you, Peter. Super chat from Peter. Many thanks. Vera, good to know. Do they still have the parking? I don't know what park, but I found a street that doesn't have sidewalks. Isn't this nice? Is there still a Forest Hill Park? I don't know if it's the park I'm thinking of. Oh, absolutely, Benson. Luca, what's up? Sahil, what's up? Welcome to part 2 of the live stream. We're away from all the crazy construction. Me, that's all. I hope you do get a chance to visit. Some beautiful homes on the corner here. And I am navigating now without Google Maps. Deborah, no sidewalks. A lot of times in the more affluent residential streets in Toronto, you'll find there's no sidewalks. Luca, a 649 jackpot might not be enough. If you only won 5 million or so, I think by the time you buy one of these houses with the upkeep and the property taxes, I think you'd lose that 5 million pretty quickly. Use Google Maps, don't get lost. Someone just said that guy's filming us. Have you ever been to the public archery range? I have not, DXT Clue. Those girls are still talking about the camera they saw walking by. Once I get to this street here, we should be able to cross the Allen Expressway. Only the rich kids got to trampoline at the front yard. We had one of those crappy little exercise trampolines. Something is making a knocking noise when I'm walking. Let me just try to... Please. Yeah, I think there's probably other channels that are specialized in that. Paying property taxes is like paying rent? Yeah, kinda. So is paying condo maintenance fees.
That's how it's working. But then, our late ticket, it's still down. But I think the BTS.
All right, now we're going to be entering more of the Forest Hill area. We might be able to catch a subway train going by in a second. Oh, there we go. I called it. And there's the always backed up Allen Expressway, the highway to nowhere. Well, it goes to Eglinton. Under the bridge is a tent city. We're not going to be able to see that. Do you play Fortnite? No, I don't. I play Rocket League. I play 1 versus 1 Rocket League, and I just try to demo the crap out of my opponent and make them angry. Are there autumn festivals this time of year? Typically, yeah. But not this year. Got some transit porn coming up. The Bruin, I don't know. Maybe if they did, but if someone called the cops on me, I'm pretty sure the cops would have a good laugh and tell them to buzz off, because that's a pretty big waste of everyone's time. No pigeons so far. It's 4:37, so we got 2 hours till tip-off.
Careful it doesn't tip over though, because without Ben in it,
Why don't you make videos for Wonderland? Wonderland is not open, sadly. I very much wish it were. Yeah, hopefully they don't get eliminated tonight. Wonderland it's in Vaughan. I don't know, Paul. Probably should have paid attention. I haven't filmed around the CNE. Yeah, is that confirmed? Closed for 2 years? I have not heard that. We found ourselves a school. I have not, Peter, but I have seen Toronto videos that have. I don't want to look like a creeper sticking my camera into the school, but at the same time, it'd be cool to get a look at it. 6:30. I think tip-off will be closer to 6:45. Welcome to Forest Hill, ladies and gentlemen. If we see any cargo vans with tinted windows, we'll have to pay extra careful attention. Celtics are going to destroy the baby dinos. Well, if the Raptors do win, I think they'll win a close one. I just can't see them blowing out the Celtics. They seem to have no gas left in the tank at all. Here's the type of school rich kids get to go to when they're growing up. I hope so, Mark. Yeah, I'm actually subscribed to a bunch of amusement-related YouTube channels, and that news has not hit yet. So I'm a bit skeptical that they would actually close it for 2 years. Yeah, this would be a great area to do in the autumn. Hey, what do you know? I think I know where we are. Old Forest Hill Road would be just to the south of here. All right, guys, decision time. Do you want to head to the south, or do you want to head north and then go along the Beltline Trail for a bit? Do you want to go look at some fancy homes? Ken Continuum, what's up, buddy? Thanks for noticing him, Mike. Go to trail. Whoops. Okay, we're gonna turn around and go north. I was about to go down some super nice residential streets, but we are turning around and heading to the trail by popular demand. Trees are luxury now, so dumb. Alex, this is just my smartphone. Do what you think is best. Well, I'm not married to any direction, but the masses spoke up. We're heading north. Sorry, I can't read the Arabic writing, but greetings. Alex, they are, but there are some random houses in Forest Hill that are a lot more than that. You see more of the really big ones in Forest Hill South, I think. Don't listen to the plebs. We're all plebs. There's no distinguishing. Whoop, here's a car backing out. I don't know if they see me. Oh, there we go. That was nice of that lady to not move at all. All right, so there's a park, and pretty much every street that sticks out of this is extremely nice, but we're gonna head down the trail for a bit. So now we're on the Gardner Beltline Trail, where I'll try not to get a mouthful of bugs. If he backs on you, we're witnesses. Yeah, well, witnesses doesn't undo an injury, does it? The only downside of this part of the trail is you can't really get a look into the backyards here.
I'm like, I'm struggling with it, honestly. So that's because you're not owning it enough. You got to wait for the food and we practice it better about this.
Yep, we'll be back here in the fall for sure. I'm gonna do a bike ride down here. Oh, we're almost at 200 viewers. That's cool. For probably the least exciting part. Are you gonna watch new movies at Cineplex? I'm quite happy watching movies at home right now. I've got my 65-inch set up. I sit about 5.5 feet from it. All right, Benson. Don't forget your helmet. Yeah, this path is quite stunning in the fall, as others have pointed out. Favorite trail for walking is probably this. How is 65 too big, time lapse? I went from a 42 to a 50 to a 55, now a 65, and already it feels too small. I don't think you can ever have a TV that's too big. Group cycle, maybe. Okay, I think we're gonna have to get off this trail at the next chance. We're losing viewers here. I think that's because there's not a whole lot to look at. OLED, I wish, John. It's a QLED panel, though. Does that count? Susan, I get people who jog props, period. I'd much rather just be on my bike. Magneto, did you get the OLED? Yeah, guys, this trail would be much better in a few months from now when the trees are bare. You could actually see the backyards, or into the backyards. No, John Ling, it's a TCL. OLED does cost a lot, but you want those perfect blacks, you pretty much have to go OLED. Thanks, Marilyn. I still have a 27-inch box TV. You mean a CRT tube TV? Ken, if you guys want to see a small apartment, go to the Ken Continuum's channel. I think that was your first video ever, wasn't it, Ken? Your micro apartment. It's a pretty neat video on there. Do you watch The Walking Dead? No, I don't. I'm an hour into a movie called Captain Fantastic. I'm absolutely terrible at finishing things, so maybe tonight I'll actually get to watch a bit more of it. There's almost zero chance I'll finish it though. All right, we're at Bathurst Street. Jeanette, that's awesome. Sounds like you have good taste. All right, this is Roselawn Avenue we're going to head down. That's enough crunching on the trail. I'm sorry we missed all the really, really nice homes at Forest Hill, but you guys asked me to detour around them, so we did. Cobra Kai, yeah, Netflix keeps telling me to watch that thing. I have not given in to Netflix yet and their demands to watch Cobra Kai. I'm waiting on the new episode of The Grand Tour to finally hit Amazon Prime. If it weren't for COVID, it would have been out a long time ago. That's probably my favorite show on any streaming service. All right, now we're going down a more typical residential area. A lot of low and mid-rise buildings here. Season 2 of The Mandalorian. That's a download for me. That's on Mandalorian. Is that Apple TV or is that Disney? It's one of the two, right? What shows do you watch? Do you watch K-dramas? I haven't. Susan, I watched one called My Girlfriend is a Gumio, which is a fox, a long time ago, and that was the last K-drama I've seen. Although I do really like Korean movies. Probably my favorite movie of all time is Korean. Old Boy, Disney. Yeah, I'm not too fond of Disney, so I will not be subscribing to them, but I'm happy to find their stuff and download 4K rips and play that through Kodi on the Amazon TV box. Maybe I'm not supposed to talk about this on YouTube. Oops. What I meant to say was download legal, of course, 100% legal rips. I think Disney's actually in a lot of hot water over that what's that movie they just made? Mulan? Parasite is an excellent movie. I have seen Parasite. Oh, we've hit Chaplin Crescent. Let's just stroll down Chaplin here. KD with the super sticker. Thank you. Katie, thank you. Let's do some jaywalking, folks. Disney sucks. I'm just ethically not a fan of Disney's latest actions. I know this isn't a political channel, but... And also there's so many damn streaming services, right? Like, it's getting so fragmented. I already pay for my Amazon Prime subscription, and I already pay for Netflix. Plus you have YouTube. I think that's enough. The new Apple TV has the VLC app. I go one better with, I have the Amazon Fire Cube, and I just have Kodi straight up on there. And I have a sports streaming service that's 100% above board, of course, where I can watch the Raptors in HD tonight. Can you rent a nice bike in Toronto? I'm sure you can. Yep, you can use consoles as a... All right, should I cut through this school thing here and see where it kicks me out? What about Hulu? Hulu is not available in Canada, unfortunately. All right, let's turn into exercisers. We're in another fancy school. I don't know what this one's called. Let's see where this kicks us out. Does Kodi play? Kodi plays everything, Brandon. Name your sports streaming service. Well, it's not DAZN. And actually, you can find it on Reddit if you really want to know. I assure you, it's 100% above board. Yeah, I signed up for a free trial of Crave. It was just such a clunky, stupid interface. I did not renew that. I have no idea where we are, folks. Well, I know kind of where we are, I just don't know the name of it. Mike, it's about 16, 17 degrees. Indeed, Susan. Crave has Sopranos and Curb. Yeah, I already have every episode of Curb networked, which I pipe everything in through Kodi, so I can just pull it up on the big TV. This is Memorial Park. "26 degrees. Let's just call it another fancy school. I agree. Eric with the super sticker. I don't know what currency that is, but thank you, Eric. Much appreciated. Thank you, Vlad. You're watching from Malongos. Well, here we go. Back to civilization. I never really got into Star Trek, although I do remember watching the original Star Trek movies at the drive-in as a kid. There's the one where they came back to the 80s. My brother was always all about those. The TTC 1995 crash, wasn't that right around St. Clair West somewhere? A few people died? William Shatner. When I was in Thailand, I met some guys from Israel. We hung out the last few days. And then just as I was leaving, I found out that they were subject to something stupid like a mandatory 2-week quarantine because of the coronavirus coming back. So I felt bad for those guys because they're all excited to go back to their country. They own some businesses there, and all I could do was think about how they were going to have to quarantine. This was before Canada had a quarantine or anything, so. All right, we're going to have to cross the road here. I'm a little blind and can't see anything. And I didn't die. That's always good. Oh, this is Eglinton West. I must have got disoriented. It is Marcus, but back then, that was a very new concept. Fatty Scap, you're welcome. I love visiting Taiwan. It's a beautiful country. I just wish more governments would recognize it as a country. Rush hour traffic, that might be the case. Whereabouts are we? New York. We are at Eglinton and Chaplin. We're navigating the ridiculousness that is Eglinton Avenue. I would say about an hour ago we walked by here the first time. Although I don't remember walking through here. I think, oh yeah, now I do. I don't know, Brandon. I will stay out of the Palestine talk. I'm not as educated as I ought to be on that topic. But as long as we can be civil about it. Roland, greetings in the Philippines.
I think he's better than you. Yes. No, I don't.
David, you're welcome. Okay guys, we have perhaps inadvertently found our way back to Eglinton Avenue. Frankly speaking, thank you. You're very welcome. And I might be doing another one of those later. Fatty Scap, I think Koreatown probably. Sorry? Oh, I thought you were, sorry. Oh. I'm just streaming right now on YouTube. A few hundred people watching. I thought that guy asked me if I was a YouTube guy. He asked his kid if he was a team guy. This is very late for me to hit 10,000. Did I? Frankly speaking again, you're welcome. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked when your super chat came in. I might go record a late night walk tonight. That's a good question, Vlad. I don't know. One day, if you'd ever like, since A&W, we should grab. I'll probably make sure we hit an A&W when I do a fan meet at some point. But we need to wait for the virus to pass through. It's a Fitbit Versa 2. With the always-on OLED screen. And to be honest, I don't really pay attention to it. I just use it as a watch. I don't really use any of the tracking stuff, except for when it vibrates once a day to tell me I hit 10,000. Live late night tonight. I don't know about that, Mark. Maybe we'll go live late tonight. I just did that the other night. Marcus. The virus came by the... Well, the virus... It's a bad look to have a group meetup during the virus, I think. We'll do that once we're beyond stage 3. Greetings, Miriam. Maryland, it is 5:10 p.m. right now. Making all TTC line. KD, you can get 2 Beyond Burgers right now for $9.99 on the A&W coupon website. I of course recommend it. So yeah, we're back at the Eglinton Grand, although I was on the other side of the street just past here. Don't you think there will be a vaccine? I hope there will. After all, I will do that. Domino's, I got barbecue wings with a large pizza. I always order Domino's on Mondays because it's half price. I get that $7 medium pan pizza. I get 2 meals out of it. Greetings, Michael. All right, Jeff, good luck to the Raptors tonight. They certainly need it. Atherall, it's 100% legit. Benson, I just rewatched Night at the Roxbury the other night. Will you walk around the beaches at all? I used to live there. Luke, I've done a beaches walk recently, and I'll do a live stream. I was waiting for a nice morning, and hopefully on one of these mornings like today where YouTube screws up my video, I was thinking I would go do a live stream. That would be a good excuse to do that. Rap's about to get stopped. We'll see. Oh, hey, look, sidewalk closed. This is nice. We'll just randomly jaywalk here. I think if the Raptors win, it'll be a very close game. They're not blowing out Boston. No way. It'd be nice. David. I rerun a lot of, usually I just find an old movie on Prime or Netflix and play it while I edit. And then while it's rendering, I'll go sit down and watch. Oh, greetings in Colombia. Yeah, Brad, we've had several of these gloomy gray days in a row now. I don't think that's a particularly bold prediction, RJ. Those are probably the favorites on each side of it, right? Thanks, David. Do I like craft dinner? I like how cheap craft dinner is. I always feel kind of sick after I eat it. I don't think that was a fire. Indeed, Mike, that is one of 4 A&Ws within walking distance to where I live. You could put 100 in and buy a Papa Burger. Oh, Kushi. This place is great. Look at that deal. $2.95 for a pint.
I'm walking up.
Tell me that's not phenomenal. I have, Mark. Battyscap. Toronto is the outside of New York and London. It's the biggest English-speaking theater city in the world, I think. Yep, that's a kind of a discount izakaya. I actually know the owner of it. Well, I know who the owner is. There's the Burger Shack. It's kind of a local institution. Sorry, my hand's getting tired if this camera's flopping about. Kenny vs. Penny? Yeah, I've been in their area. They lived in a few different homes while they filmed that show, I think. Do you like Shin Ramyun? Ramyun, yeah, I do. I like how you spell that, Susan. You spell it the way it should be said. Burdock, Sneaky D's is eventually going to lose that location, but it's a pretty successful place. I imagine they'll find a new home. I remember seeing Xanta on Kenny vs. Penny. Do you skip the dishes? No, I do a lot of ritual. Is Xanta still around? I've heard he's not around so much lately. I have a few friends who work for the Boys in Blue at the Metro Toronto Police, and Xanta has not been heard from for quite a while. David, I use the Action for bike rides and the Pocket for walking. So they're kind of totally different scenarios. Okay, we're to a part of Eglinton I haven't been on yet today. Oh, here's a Fat Tire bike. What's your favorite bar to visit? Probably Betty's on King Street. I would say Clinton's in Koreatown, although it's under new ownership now, so I kind of have mixed feelings about that. Because apparently they fired, or they didn't bring back the staff when it reopened. Ken, I've heard that. Say hi to Liana here in Brazil. Greetings, Liana, in Brazil. It's about to get super narrow and super awkward for anyone passing by. Horseshoe Tavern, that's a good spot. Queen West. Yeah, Katie, and actually it's nowhere near a full pint. It says pint for $2.95, but it's closer to 14 ounces. But for $2.95, it's still a really good deal. How long are you going to keep going? Brad, we are either going to A&W or Popeyes. And then I'm going to turn this off, go home and eat it, and then the Raptors will be on. I've had an easy day today because I had no video to edit or upload because yesterday's failed, so all I did was re-upload that. And I didn't feel like going out and filming a walk yet. Oh, Kevin, I'd love to do the edge walk. That's probably not unrealistic, Vera. Thank you, David and people, subscribing to this channel and my other channel. Speaking of my other channel, that's another one I didn't post a video to today because YouTube failed to process it. How much money do you make from YouTube? Raz, I'm not gonna say that. That's kind of like going up to someone and asking them what their salary is, right? Takeout at Grazi. I'm not a fan of Grazi, Marcus. I like it, but I think it's kind of overrated. There's a place called Sept Wine Bar around the corner. I think that's better Italian. Similar price range, nicer restaurant. Greetings, Roland Lucas. Do you have to pay to do the edge walk? Oh, you not only have to pay to do the edge walk, you have to reserve that way in advance. No, I don't. I think Twitch would actually be a disadvantage, just because I can only stream to one service while I do this. There's not that much data available. Raz, it's not about being insecure. I just don't like the idea of people knowing, that's all. If you want to tell other people what you make doing what you do, go ahead. That's kind of an off-limits topic for me. I don't really care what my friends make, nor should I. And you can probably tell my YouTube channel is quite small, so it's not actually that much. There are ways to look that up. Yeah, Brandon, they're not letting you bring anything externally attached on the edge walk. That'd be a huge liability if your camera flung off. That's neat, Marilyn. Julio, you've said that like a million times now. Raz, it's off limits because I choose not to tell anyone. It's pretty... Just as you have the right to make whatever public knowledge about your personal life, I have the right to do that. So you have no right to know that. It's quite simple, isn't it? Sudan. Awesome. Okay, Julio. You are gone. Sorry guys, I removed that guy. Yeah, this is the never-ending construction intersection. Thanks, John. Thanks, Mark. Millions. Yeah, if I made millions, I think I'd pay someone to do this and I would just add the commentary in from home. Yep, that was the pickle barrel. Do you ski? Believe it or not, I learned to ski in Korea. I never skied in Canada. And yes, I can ski, but I learned in my 20s in Korea, of all countries. Hey, look. There's where I'm going later. Greetings, Denise. Brandon, I think it's been over 3 years, actually. And the hilarious thing is, once the crosstown is up, the building on the southeast corner is going to come down, I think. So we'll have even more construction on that street corner. Raz, you could go to the Beltline. Do you ever fall? Of course, we all fall. Anyone who skis and doesn't fall is a liar, right? Greetings, Carla. I don't think name dropping at A&W is going to get you anything. David, I've met lots of Canadians teaching English. In fact, the Fantasy Football League I drafted for last night was a league of mostly Canadians who lived in Korea and taught English. Thanks, John Tom. Yeah, a few years ago, none of these buildings were here. I am watching the Raptors tonight. That's why I didn't do an evening stream tonight. I did more of a late afternoon stream, because I'll be putting on the Raptors at 6:30. Let me just check my battery. Okay, we're at 23% battery. Do you eat beaver tails? The snack, yes. I had one the other day. I was down at the waterfront. Believe it or not, I do have something that resembles a social life. I met some friends down there. We went to a bar right on the waterfront itself in one of those touristy spots. IBN, this is midtown. It's not downtown. To drink black coffee and stare at the wall. I was in Korea in the late 2000s to about 2014. Oh, it looks like the Copacabana Steakhouse has changed. Mike, thank you, Mike. Mike Landry. Thank you. And it looks like we have a new place. La Latina coming in. This used to be the Copacabana Steakhouse. And unfortunately, if you remember the van attack in North York, one of the chefs there was a victim of that attack. Thanks again, Mike, and everyone else who has super chatted or sent the stickers. Oh, yeah, we're well past that. We've been wandering for about 2 hours right now. I'm just gonna show everybody a place that's near and dear to my heart before I head back and buy some A&W. Kevin, the North York van attack. Indeed, Stephen. Back in the 90s, they used to blame it all on video games like Mortal Kombat. That was kind of a ridiculous excuse. All right, guys, are you ready for the big reveal? That's probably true, Murdoch. Some people go to church, I go here. All right, let's turn around, that's enough. For PS4, I sold my PS4. Okay guys, we're going to head west for a few minutes. And then when I get to the Young Eglinton Center, we'll call it a day because I'm gonna pick up some milk from the supermarket. Then I'm gonna pop down to the food court and pick up some dinner. Lebron, KFC is still everywhere. It's certainly not done, although Nando's is in trouble. KFC will never die. A lot of the KFCs these days are those combo restaurants with Taco Bell. You're welcome, David. We're about an hour away from game time. Steven, KFC is popular in Korea, but it's a very different menu in Korea. And the one thing I don't like about KFC in Korea is they make all their chicken so far in advance. It's always just sitting there. So if you order the chicken pieces, you always end up with something that's soggy and kind of cold. Same with their fries. Although the sandwiches at KFC Korea are off the charts good. What's a good curry place in Toronto? I'm not the one to ask. I like Thai curry, but I still have other Thai dishes. Let's be nice and let this car turn. Driver was appreciative of that. Show your face. All right. There you go. Looks like this gym or health club here on the left. There's a bit of a lineup. Yep, Alex. Thanks, Jeanette. Ginger on Young. Ginger is good. Do you know when you will live stream again? No, I don't, Kevin. It's pretty random so far. I'd like to have 1 or 2 days a week where I do it at the same time. And ideally, I think the numbers are best when I stream in the evenings. This is more of an afternoon stream. And the Saturday evening or Saturday night stream, we had over 400 people. But that often conflicts with my other plans. So whenever I have nothing to do, I will try to stream on Saturday nights, just because we seem to have a great audience based on the one time I did it. Where are you heading to watch the game tonight? David, thank you. We're a long way from that. I'll be happy when we get to 20. I'm watching the game from my couch. Lately, Katie, I've been getting spicy. Nick will be going by. I don't think Sneaky D's is closing anytime soon. I think there's just a development proposal for that area. So there will be plenty of Sneaky D's in future videos. I also think they're 100% gonna change locations. They're not just gonna close down. The Green Mango, that used to be at near Young and Charles. I remember the Green Mango. Look at that. Swiss Shale? Swiss Chalet, you mean? I think there was some autocorrect on that. Weird to see some people in shorts. Yeah, it's that kind of weather, Brandon. I'm in shorts and a sweater right now. I wish I was in a t-shirt though. Poor clothing choice on my part. It does a bit, Kevin. I tend to wear shorts much longer into the season. My legs don't seem to feel cold or uncomfortable normally. When's the Popeyes mukbang? McDonald's in India is fire. They don't even have beef, do they? Thanks, Vera. Raz, Canadian. If you're my age, I'll be shocked you look like you're 30. Closer to 40 than 30. Mark, you're just catching the last few minutes of it. I am done walking for now, guys. I'm going to head in and pick up a few things I need from the supermarket, and then I'll head down and pick up my dinner. But thanks to everyone who tuned in. Over 2 hours of just walking. We went all the way down past Eglinton West Station and back. Thanks, Vera. Have a good night. So thanks to everyone for dropping in and for super chatting. Don't forget to subscribe and get those notifications going if you want to see future videos. Subscribe to my other channel as well. And I just got a low battery warning. Awesome, 15%. Thanks, Kay. Thanks, Susan. Thanks, Nature Boy. Thanks, Katie. Thank you, Jeff. And everyone else. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good night, and hopefully the Raptors win.